What's going on YouTube? As you can tell by the title, today I bought a brand new 2024 Mazda CX-50 all-wheel drive. I did not get the turbo option because I felt like it wasn't that necessary, but today I'm going to show you exactly why I decided to purchase this as my daily driver, and more importantly, why did I trade my Nissan Altima, a sedan, for this crossover SUV, and let's get into it. This is how the exterior looks. Very beautiful look. Mazda killed it with the design. This gives me BMW vibes and the interior gives me Lexus RX vibes. And basically, it's an all-wheel drive CX-50, and a lot of people mistake it for the CX-5 or will think that it's the CX-5. If you look up a lot of videos on YouTube, you'll see that the CX-5 shares a lot of features with the CX-50 interior-wise, but more of the differences are in the exterior of the vehicle. You get a little bit more ground clearance for off-roading. It's a little longer. It has more of a defined aggressive look with the blacked out fenders, the blacked out rims. You also have a lot of different features that you won't have in the CX-5 or CX-30 or any of the lesser trims. For example, you have the fading turn signal, wireless Apple CarPlay, very, very, very large trunk. I'm gonna be posting a video of me going on a grocery run with the CX-50. It is scorching hot outside. It's about 100 degrees or more. And I'm in the middle of this park. My skin is burning. So I'm gonna try and get as much as I can on the outside. But yeah, I'm getting fried. Let me show you guys the interior of the car. They give you the leather mats as well. So you're greeted with a very large infotainment screen. You have the traditional Mazda gauge cluster, which you would get in the Mazda 3, which my wife has. You get the knob, which I personally like the knob. I know there's a lot of discussion about whether you would go with knob or a touchscreen. I think the knob turns into muscle memory. So while you're driving, if you want to control your infotainment system, you just use the knob and you're able to use it more easily than if you had to touch the screen. That's one thing I really love about this car. You have wireless CarPlay, like I said, and that's a really good touch that Mazda added. So this trim doesn't come with the sunroof, but again, with the heat, I usually don't use a sunroof. And you have a lot of back space as well. I would categorize it as a mid-size SUV. Another discrepancy that a lot of people have, mostly owners, is the gas mileage. A lot of people don't like the gas mileage that the CX-50 gets. But after driving about 216 miles, I bought it with 5 miles on it, 22.5 miles per gallon. And I've been driving city, highway, and everything in between. So it's not amazing, but it's not terrible either. And as you can see, a little bit more than half. I have about 210 miles showing on the range, but obviously I have more because it lasts a while, for me at least. I don't have any complaints with the fuel economy on this vehicle. I like how high up it is, and I like how luxurious it looks inside. I like how Mazda just nailed it with the features. You also have blind spot monitoring. That comes basic, but Mazda has this feature where it'll show you little blurs next to the car to show you more accurately where exactly the vehicle is in your blind spot, which I think is really cool. Basically, that's the interior. You have your glove compartment, pretty large glove compartment. You have your center console. See, I like how the Mazda 3 center console is personally, but they decided to go with the drawer type of center console. This can get a little annoying because me personally, if you know, I wanted to just put something in there, I want to press the button and then it opened. But now it's just one, and then you got to open both in order to be able to access this. It comes with 2 USB ports, so you don't get USB-C. You also get the MI drive, which is a drive mode that you would shift it into when you're going off-roading. Another feature that I found out personally with the Mazda CX-50, I'm not sure if the other trims have it, but when you go into vehicle settings, like I'm doing right now, when you go into vehicle settings and then you go into the actual vehicle settings and door locks, you can set it up to where when you walk away after you turn off your car, it'll lock automatically. And you can do keyless unlock mode. So all you gotta do is touch your door handle and it can open only your driver door or all the doors in the vehicle. That's up to you. It's basically based on your settings. I think that's really cool. I love not having to click the lock button every time on my key. Just having to walk away does the job. It has a very good sound system too. I just love how the screen is so immersive. It's very large and the Apple CarPlay takes up the whole screen, you know? Mazda does offer their default navigation, but the sales rep said that if you use Apple CarPlay a lot, like myself, you're not gonna really need it. So basically, now I'm gonna explain why exactly I made the decision to get this vehicle and trade in my 2024 Nissan Altima. So I think I'm gonna step outside to show you guys exactly why. But honestly, when it comes to the interior, this is very nice. Oh, I've been waiting to show you guys before I peel this off. We were the first ones to drive this CX-50, so gotta unwrap the little, so satisfying, little ASMR. Oh. Very beautiful. Very pretty. So, actually, I'm gonna show you guys on paper the estimate that they gave me, the shop gave me. So, Twisted Pro off-road shop quoted me $2,147.61 to put on 4 new tires from Micky Thompson off-road tires, to install my 2-inch lift kit, and I think a tire protection. I'm gonna show you guys exactly what it offers. So, description: labor, suspension installment, $775 for 5 hours. I think that's on the pricier end, but I'll see. The tires that they're selling, Baja Boss Micky Thompson's, are $227 a pop, and you're at 4 each, so that's $908. Then they're throwing in their tire protection, which will pretty much cover you when you're off-roading and if something happens to your tires. So that brings me to what I'm really planning on doing with this vehicle, in particular for the channel. I've been wanting a truck for the longest time, but I just never found a truck to be practical, especially in the truck market. It's so expensive. So this kind of satisfied both my needs. And as you can see, stock, it has pretty good ground clearance. Like, you won't have a problem going on a trail or sand like this on the ground. You won't have an issue. But I want to make it look more rugged. I want more beefier tires. So I'm going to install a 2-inch lift kit, and then I'm going to put on some Micky Thompson off-road tires, and then see if I can install some off-road lights, maybe a roof rack. I'm going to pretty much turn this into a buggy. I'm going to trick this ride out for you guys on the channel. So I highly encourage you guys to subscribe if you're new, so you can see me make an off-road build with the new Mazda CX-50. But all around, it's a beautiful car. I have no complaints. I like it a lot. It's really good looking. It looks expensive, and it's not that expensive. I mean, it looks like it's 40,000 plus. You guys can comment below how much you really think the car looks like. I would guess $40,000 plus. And I like how there's 17-inch rims on this trim and not the big 20-inch rims on the premium trim, because then the ride is a lot less comfortable as you have bigger tires on this trim and you have more support in your suspension. Yeah, I mean, I highly encourage. Oh, I just burnt my, oh my God. Oh, dang. Oh, I just burnt my arm on the car. Sheesh, that hurt. Okay. Oh my God, I think I just burnt my tattoo. It's like red now. Dang. Okay, guys. Well, look at that Range Rover. I mean, like, okay, that's a Range Rover Velar, and I don't see much of a difference in styling. I mean, I see some difference, but I am not missing out a lot on the Range Rover Velar. So, anyhow, if you guys liked the video, make sure you drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and comment below what are your thoughts on the new CX-50, and if you're excited to see what I do with the CX-50, because I'm going to turn it into a buggy, an off-road monster. And we're going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to make a lot of content with this Mazda CX-50. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I will catch you in the next one.